Today I want to talk about a situation many people might recognize, a time when someone who once rejected you seems to come back into your life, maybe even showing interest again. And today let's look at why this happens, and more importantly, what it tells us about ourselves. Women sometimes come back after rejecting someone because, like everyone else, they grow and change over time. Rejection isn't necessarily a fixed judgment of someone's character or compatibility. It's often a reflection of someone's mindset, emotional state, or life priorities at a specific time. When we consider why someone might revisit a relationship they initially turned down, it's helpful to remember that personal growth and changing perspectives are ongoing processes. Just as we learn, evolve, and see things differently with time, so do others, and what once seemed like a closed door can sometimes reopen as life circumstances shift and personal development brings new clarity. When a woman initially rejects someone, it may stem from numerous factors. Perhaps she wasn't in the right emotional place for a relationship, didn't see a future together at that time, or didn't feel an immediate connection. All of these reasons are valid, but they aren't necessarily permanent. Life experiences have a way of altering how we view relationships and people. For instance, after a period of introspection, she might realize that her initial judgment of someone was influenced by temporary emotional states, societal pressures, or even subconscious fears. As she matures and gains greater clarity about her own desires and priorities, her understanding of what she needs and values in a partner can shift. She may start recognizing qualities she once overlooked, like stability, kindness, or empathy, which become more appealing as she grows. The experiences someone goes through after a rejection can also lead them to see others differently. Imagine someone who, after initially rejecting a person, encounters a series of challenges, heartbreaks, or even positive life changes. Each experience contributes to reshaping their perspective, teaching them lessons they may not have been ready to learn before. For instance, if she encounters relationships that lack the qualities you demonstrated, such as consistency, empathy, or respect, she may start to appreciate those traits more deeply. Those who have gone through emotionally draining or superficial relationships may recognize the value of someone who treats them with genuine kindness and respect. It's not uncommon for people to realize that, in the absence of these qualities, a stable and kind partner is worth reconsidering. Additionally, as people change, their readiness for different types of relationships changes too. Perhaps at the time of rejection, she was not in a place where she wanted commitment, was dealing with personal goals, or was focused on other priorities like her career or self-development. As she works through these goals and gains confidence in other areas of her life, she might feel more open to a relationship, and perhaps even one with someone she once turned down. The timing of when two people meet or connect can significantly affect how they feel about each other, regardless of individual compatibility. When people are ready to invest emotionally, they often seek deeper connections, and sometimes this brings them back to someone they once underestimated, understated, or dismissed. Personal growth also has a way of reshaping what we look for in a partner. Early on, someone may be drawn to attributes like excitement, spontaneity, or even superficial characteristics. But as they grow, they might find themselves looking for qualities that support a healthier, more balanced relationship, like stability, communication, and mutual respect. This change in values can bring someone back to a person who embodies these qualities, even if they didn't recognize their importance initially. The attributes that might not have seemed significant during the first encounter, such as reliability, understanding, or patience, often become more meaningful over time. People frequently realize that these qualities contribute to long-term happiness and compatibility far more than surface-level traits. It's also worth noting that as someone undergoes personal growth, they tend to confront and understand their own fears, insecurities, and limiting beliefs. Many times, people reject others because they project their own doubts or past experiences onto them, fearing that they will encounter the same issues. A woman who initially rejects someone may later come to realize that her decision was influenced by unresolved emotional baggage, perhaps fear of vulnerability or of repeating past mistakes. As she addresses these feelings and becomes more self-aware, she may feel ready to give a chance to someone she once avoided, as she's now approaching the relationship from a healthier, more open perspective. In short, personal growth is a powerful force that affects all areas of life, including relationships. The evolution in someone's mindset, priorities, and values often brings with it a renewed appreciation for the things they may have overlooked or undervalued. It's this growth that can lead people to reconsider past decisions and reconnect with those they previously turned down. When a woman returns after initially rejecting someone, it's not simply about changing her mind. but about the internal transformation that has redefined what she seeks in a partner. In conclusion, people come back after rejection because life is constantly shaping and reshaping who we are and what we want. Time, experience, and growth can open our eyes to things we once dismissed or failed to understand fully. Rejection does not necessarily mean the end sometimes. It's a redirection, an opportunity for both individuals to grow and evolve. If someone returns, it's often a testament to this growth, to the value of lessons learned, and to a newfound recognition of what they might have missed the first time around. This change isn't about regret, it's about coming to terms with what truly matters as people mature and see the world and each other with greater clarity. Absence has a unique way of shaping our perception of people and experiences. When someone is no longer a constant presence in our lives, the natural tendency is often to reflect on what they meant to us and what we miss. This dynamic can be especially true in relationships, where an absence following rejection or otherwise can create a new appreciation for qualities we might have overlooked or taken for granted. In situations where a woman initially rejects someone, the time and space created by that absence can sometimes make her see the person in a different light, helping her recognize qualities or experiences she undervalued before. When a person gracefully accepts rejection, it conveys maturity, respect, and confidence. Rather than pressuring the other person or trying to change their mind, accepting their decision and moving forward with dignity can send a strong message about character. For someone who's been rejected, the best response is often to show that they respect the other person's choice and are content with themselves, regardless of the outcome. This kind of response is memorable because it communicates self-respect and emotional resilience, qualities that are appealing, and in some cases can lead the other person to reassess their original decision. When someone steps away after rejection, it gives the other person an opportunity to see what life is like without them. This absence creates space for reflection, leading people to realize that certain qualities were perhaps more meaningful than they initially acknowledged. Someone who once dismissed another as too predictable might later realize they missed the consistency and comfort that predictability provided. Absence has a way of highlighting what made a person unique, as it removes the immediacy of presence and replaces it with memories of specific actions, moments, and attributes. If the rejected person had qualities that offered stability, kindness, or humor, the other person may come to recognize their value more in retrospect than they did when those qualities were constantly available. Absence can create a sense of curiosity, prompting someone to wonder about the life and growth of the person they rejected. If the person who was rejected moves on with grace, focuses on self-improvement, and appears happy and fulfilled, it can naturally raise questions in the other person's mind. They might begin to wonder about the changes that person has undergone, what they've achieved, or how they've grown. This curiosity often leads to admiration, as they see someone who took rejection as an opportunity for personal development rather than a setback. Observing someone's growth from afar, especially if they handle themselves with positivity and purpose, can be intriguing and make someone reconsider their initial judgment. When the person who was rejected steps back gracefully, it often serves as a powerful reminder of their patience and respect. In a world where people frequently react impulsively or with defensiveness, patience and respect can stand out. The one who refrains from chasing after or trying to convince someone after rejection sends a subtle message that they are not desperate, which can make them appear more secure and emotionally mature. Often, this maturity becomes evident in their subsequent relationships, career advancements, or personal achievements. This calm acceptance, coupled with a focus on their own life, can make the other person realize that they may have underestimated the value of someone who respects themselves enough not to beg for anyone's affection. Moreover, absence has a way of making people feel the difference between superficial qualities and deeper, enduring traits. When someone's presence is suddenly missing, it becomes easier to distinguish between fleeting attractions and meaningful connections. Many people don't realize the depth of another's qualities like thoughtfulness, dependability, and empathy until they experience the lack of those traits in others. Over time, when one repeatedly encounters people who don't offer the same level of care or integrity, it can lead to a renewed appreciation for the person they initially rejected. It's not uncommon for people to realize in retrospect that genuine qualities, which they may have once overlooked or even thought of as boring, are actually hard to find and deeply rewarding in the long run. It's also important to understand that in relationships, people often feel drawn to what makes them feel secure, valued, and understood. When these feelings are no longer readily available due to a person's absence, it can lead to a sense of longing or realization. Small gestures that once went unnoticed, a kind word, a listening ear, consistent support, begin to stand out as the things that contributed to emotional well-being. Absence can clarify what was nourishing and comforting in ways that are easily taken for granted when they're immediately accessible. This absence can prompt someone to miss the qualities they rejected and ultimately view the person they turned down with new respect and appreciation. In addition, when someone gracefully accepts rejection, it shows a profound respect for both the other person and themselves. Rejection is often a test of character, and the way someone handles it can leave a lasting impression. If they continue to live fully and happily without resentment, it reflects a level of emotional independence and resilience that many find appealing. Absence allows for reflection on these traits, which may have gone unappreciated before. Such dignity and composure can make the person who initially rejected them see them in a new, more positive light, fostering an admiration that wasn't there before. In conclusion, absence has a powerful way of deepening our understanding of people and making us appreciate qualities that we may not recognize immediately. The space that follows rejection can reveal the value of qualities like patience, self-respect, and kindness, traits that, in the presence of daily familiarity, might go unnoticed. For someone who was rejected, handling the situation with grace and moving forward with confidence can make an unforgettable impact on the person who initially turned them down. This absence provides a moment of clarity where the significance of someone's character can be fully recognized, often leading to a desire to reconnect and appreciate them in a way they may not have been able to before. In this way, absence doesn't just make the heart grow fonder, it allows us to see people in their truest, most admirable light. Confidence and self-improvement have a magnetic effect that can often attract people back into our lives, including those who may have initially rejected us. When someone responds to rejection by focusing on their personal growth, they inadvertently create a new energy around themselves that is not only attractive but also inspiring. Confidence, particularly when paired with genuine self-assurance and a commitment to personal development, becomes a transformative quality that others can sense and gravitate toward. It's not uncommon, therefore, for someone who initially turns someone down to find themselves reevaluating their decision when they see the positive changes in that person. When someone uses rejection as an opportunity for self-improvement, they demonstrate resilience and emotional maturity. Instead of viewing rejection as a defeat, they see it as an invitation to grow, to refine their strengths, and to better understand their own needs and desires. This resilience is not only admirable but also intriguing to others. For the person who initially rejected them, witnessing this journey can be both surprising and thought-provoking. It challenges the initial perception they may have had and brings to light qualities of strength and dedication that may not have been as visible before. The act of growing and evolving after a setback is a testament to character, and this display of resilience can lead to a newfound respect and admiration from others. Confidence, particularly when rooted in self-awareness and authenticity, can be incredibly attractive. When someone accepts rejection gracefully and then commits to self-improvement, it suggests that they understand their worth isn't defined by others' opinions. This kind of self-assuredness creates a sense of emotional independence and maturity that others find compelling. Confidence that arises from within, as opposed to relying on external validation, is magnetic because it conveys stability and inner peace. People are naturally drawn to those who are comfortable with themselves and radiate a sense of purpose and fulfillment. The individual who initially rejected them may feel drawn to this renewed confidence, finding it both impressive and refreshing. Moreover, self-improvement often brings with it visible changes in a person's physical appearance, demeanor, and overall energy. When someone is actively working on their goals, whether it's their career, physical health, or mental well-being, those efforts tend to manifest outwardly. They might start carrying themselves with more poise, speaking with greater clarity, or approaching situations with a calm, centered attitude. This shift can be eye-opening for someone who previously dismissed them, as it challenges any prior assumptions they may have held. The new energy and presence created by personal growth make it difficult for others to ignore the positive transformation taking place. Beyond outward appearance, personal growth brings a renewed sense of purpose, which often enhances someone's attractiveness on a deeper level. When people focus on self-improvement, they typically develop a clearer understanding of their own goals, values, and boundaries. They begin to cultivate interests and passions, building a life that is fulfilling and meaningful to them. This sense of purpose makes a person's life interesting. and that interest can be contagious. A well-rounded, goal-oriented individual tends to exude enthusiasm and motivation that others find appealing. For the person who initially rejected them, seeing this new focus and drive can be an unexpected draw. They may start to wonder what sparked these changes and find themselves wanting to reconnect with someone who has a clear vision and dedication to their growth. Self-improvement also helps individuals establish healthy boundaries, which is another aspect of confidence that many find irresistible. When someone understands their worth, they become more discerning about the people and experiences they allow into their lives. This boundary setting is not about pushing people away, but about protecting their well-being and prioritizing relationships that bring mutual respect and positivity. Establishing boundaries conveys that they are secure in themselves and value their own time and energy. The person who rejected them may take notice of this newfound assertiveness, as it demonstrates self-respect and maturity. When someone holds firm to their values and refuses to compromise their self-worth, it can create an aura of strength and confidence that others find profoundly attractive. Another factor that can lead someone to reconsider is the positivity and contentment that often accompany personal growth. When a person dedicates time to self-improvement, they begin to find joy in their accomplishments, and this satisfaction shines through in their interactions. People who are genuinely happy tend to bring warmth and positivity into every space they enter, making others feel comfortable and at ease. The person who initially rejected them might be drawn to this positive energy, finding it refreshing and uplifting. Happiness, when it comes from within, is hard to overlook and is naturally appealing, as it suggests that a person is well-adjusted and fulfilled. This shift in attitude can often make people reconsider their feelings, wondering if they overlook someone who has now become a source of genuine positivity. In addition to all these qualities, self-improvement brings with it a level of humility and self-awareness that is both refreshing and inspiring. The journey of growth often involves confronting one's weaknesses, learning from mistakes, and developing a balanced perspective on life. This kind of introspection leads to greater empathy and emotional intelligence, making a person more understanding and compassionate. For the individual who initially turned them down, seeing someone approach life with humility and wisdom can be eye-opening. They may come to realize that the person has not only grown stronger, but also developed a depth of character that is genuinely appealing. In conclusion, confidence and self-improvement have a transformative effect that extends beyond physical appearance or material success. When someone embraces rejection and channels it into growth, they become a more centered, purpose-driven, and joyful person. This renewed energy, coupled with resilience, humility, and positivity, creates a magnetic presence that others find compelling. For the person who initially rejected them, these changes may challenge their initial perception, leading them to see this individual in a new light. It's not that the person changed who they are fundamentally, but rather that they uncovered and enhanced the best parts of themselves. And in doing so, they become someone that others, including those who once overlooked them, can't help but admire, and in some cases desire to reconnect with. Genuine qualities like kindness, loyalty, empathy, and dependability have a way of leaving a lasting impression on people, even if they aren't always appreciated at first. In relationships, these traits may initially seem less glamorous or exciting compared to more superficial qualities, but they often prove to be the foundation of meaningful, lasting connections. When someone is initially overlooked or rejected despite embodying these traits, it's not unusual for the person who turned them down to later realize the unique and irreplaceable value of these qualities, especially when they encounter others who lack them. The realization of what they may have overlooked can lead them to come back, hoping to rekindle a connection they once underestimated. When a person demonstrates genuine qualities, they stand out in a world where kindness, reliability, and empathy can sometimes be rare. These traits are not flashy, but they form the basis of healthy, fulfilling relationships. Kindness, for example, reflects a deep sense of respect and consideration for others, showing a willingness to support, listen, and act selflessly. Loyalty suggests that the person is committed and values stability and trust in their relationships. Empathy allows them to understand and connect with others on a deep emotional level, creating a sense of safety and emotional security. Dependability means they are someone others can count on, someone who follows through on their promises, and remains steady in both good and difficult times. These qualities can easily be taken for granted in the beginning stages of getting to know someone, but over time, their impact is profound. When a woman initially rejects someone with these traits, it's often because she may not yet fully recognize or value them. Early on in dating, people can be drawn to superficial attractions or characteristics that are exciting and intriguing, but not necessarily long-lasting. It's common for individuals to prioritize chemistry, excitement, or physical appearance over qualities that are more subtle but foundational to a healthy relationship. In this stage, genuine kindness or dependability might not stand out as much as traits that are more immediately gratifying. However, as time passes, these foundational qualities become more significant, especially when other connections lack the depth and reliability they offer. Life experiences have a way of highlighting the importance of genuine qualities. After experiencing other relationships or encounters that lack kindness, loyalty, or empathy, a person may begin to appreciate these traits in someone they initially dismissed. For instance, dating someone who is unreliable or emotionally unavailable can be frustrating and disheartening, and it can lead to a longing for the steadiness of someone who is dependable and caring. Similarly, being with someone who lacks empathy or emotional intelligence can make one realize how comforting and supportive it is to be with someone who truly listens and understands. In this way, the absence of genuine qualities in other people can amplify their value, causing someone to reconsider their past choices and come back to someone who embodies them. Moreover, genuine qualities tend to leave a lasting emotional impact. A person who is kind and empathetic creates memories of warmth, understanding, and support that are hard to forget. Even after parting ways, these memories linger, reminding the other person of the unique comfort and connection that kindness brings. The memories of moments where they felt valued, understood, and supported can often resurface, especially during times when they encounter less compassionate or understanding individuals. In many cases, these memories create a sense of longing for the person they initially turned down, realizing that what they offered wasn't easy to replace. One reason genuine qualities are so impactful is that they contribute to a strong foundation of trust and emotional safety. Someone who is reliable and loyal brings a sense of stability that makes it easy to relax and be oneself. Emotional safety is a rare and precious feeling, and once someone experiences it, it's difficult to find it with others who lack these qualities. People are naturally drawn to environments and relationships where they feel safe, respected, and valued, and genuine qualities create this kind of environment. For the person who initially rejected someone with these traits, it can be a revelation to recognize just how valuable that sense of safety and stability was, especially if they encounter others who don't provide it. This realization can make them want to reconnect, knowing that what they once overlooked was, in fact, an essential part of their well-being and happiness. Additionally, genuine qualities foster deeper connections that go beyond surface-level attraction. A person who is genuinely kind, loyal, and empathetic creates bonds that are based on shared values and emotional understanding rather than temporary excitement. These deeper connections resonate on an emotional level and often feel irreplaceable. People can enjoy the excitement and novelty of other relationships, but when it comes to finding someone they can truly rely on and connect with deeply, they often find that those genuine qualities are far more meaningful. For someone who initially took these traits for granted, time and experience often reveal that the depth of connection they felt with a genuinely kind person was special and worth cherishing. In addition to creating lasting connections, genuine qualities also demonstrate a level of emotional maturity that others find deeply attractive over time. Someone who embodies kindness, loyalty, and empathy often has a strong sense of self and an ability to handle conflicts or challenges calmly and thoughtfully. This emotional maturity is rare and highly valued in long-term relationships, where conflicts are inevitable, and mutual respect is essential. For the person who initially rejected someone with these qualities, the realization of their emotional maturity can lead to a new appreciation. It can even lead to admiration, as they see the other person not only as kind and dependable, but as someone who brings stability and wisdom to the relationship. In conclusion, genuine qualities like kindness, loyalty, empathy, and dependability are invaluable in relationships, even if they don't always stand out initially. These traits are the foundation of emotional safety, trust, and deep connection, which are essential for a healthy, lasting relationship. When someone embodies these qualities, they leave an enduring impact that others remember long after they part ways. For someone who initially rejected them, the absence of these traits in other relationships can highlight just how rare and valuable they are. With time and experience, people often come to recognize that these genuine qualities are irreplaceable, leading them to return, hoping to rekindle a connection they now understand to be truly special. This realization underscores the idea that true worth lies not in superficial traits, but in the qualities that make a person kind, loyal, and dependable, a foundation that stands the test of time. Emotional connection is a powerful force that can influence people's decisions, attitudes, and even long-term feelings. It goes beyond physical attraction, compatibility, or any superficial qualities that may initially bring people together. An emotional bond is a deeper, often subtle attachment formed through shared experiences, mutual understanding, and genuine care. When a woman initially rejects someone, she may not fully recognize or understand the depth of the emotional connection that existed between them. But as time passes, and especially when faced with relationships that lack that level of emotional depth, she may start to feel the absence of that connection and realize its importance, leading her to reconsider her decision and perhaps even reach out to the person she once turned away. In many cases, emotional connections are built over time through consistent, meaningful interactions. When two people share moments of vulnerability, trust, and openness, they begin to see each other in a uniquely authentic way. These moments lay the groundwork for an emotional bond that isn't easily replicated with others. Small gestures, supportive conversations, and the comfort of being with someone who genuinely listens and cares contribute to a connection that often feels irreplaceable. Even if a woman initially overlooks these moments or downplays their significance, they leave a lasting impression. They shape her perception of that person and create a feeling of familiarity and comfort that can be difficult to forget. When a woman moves on from someone with whom she shared an emotional connection, she may find it challenging to establish the same level of understanding and intimacy with someone new. New relationships, while exciting, often lack the depth and comfort that comes with a well-established emotional bond. The process of building a new connection from scratch can feel exhausting or even unsatisfying, especially if she finds that new partners don't share the same capacity for empathy, patience, or kindness. As she interacts with others, she may realize that they lack the unique qualities that made her previous connection feel special. This recognition can be a turning point, leading her to reflect on what she had, and in some cases to reach back out to the person she initially dismissed. Additionally, emotional connections often leave a void that's not easily filled by others. When someone has been an important part of your life, providing emotional support, understanding, and encouragement, their absence can create a sense of loss or emptiness. Even if a woman initially thinks she can move on easily, she may begin to feel that something is missing. This feeling of incompleteness can surface in unexpected ways. Perhaps she misses the person's unique perspective, the way they made her feel seen and understood, or the comfort of knowing they were always there to listen. These feelings, though subtle, can intensify over time, making her long for the emotional connection she once had. The impact of an emotional bond is often heightened during difficult times. When life becomes challenging or stressful, people naturally seek out those who provide comfort, understanding, and stability. Someone who was once a source of emotional support and guidance often becomes more significant in hindsight, especially when a person realizes that others don't offer the same level of care or presence. For a woman who initially rejected someone with whom she shared a strong emotional connection, these moments of difficulty can bring about a profound realization of what she's missing. She may come to appreciate how the other person made her feel safe and valued, and she may find herself longing for that comfort once again. Furthermore, emotional connections are strengthened through shared experiences and memories. When two people spend time together, navigating life's ups and downs, they build a unique history that becomes a part of their bond. These shared memories, whether they involve laughter, challenges, or personal growth, become points of connection that are hard to replicate with someone new. Even after parting ways, these memories remain, often evoking feelings of nostalgia and warmth. For a woman who initially moved on, these memories can serve as reminders of what she had, prompting her to reconsider her decision and wonder if she was too quick to dismiss the relationship. Another powerful aspect of emotional connections is that they create a sense of home with another person. When two people connect deeply, they begin to feel safe and comfortable around each other, creating an environment where they can truly be themselves. This feeling of safety is rare and valuable as it allows people to relax, open up, and show their authentic selves without fear of judgment. For someone who's experienced this level of connection, it can be difficult to find it elsewhere. For a woman who initially rejected a partner with whom she felt this sense of home, encountering others who don't offer the same comfort can make her realize the depth of what she left behind. The experience of emotional connection also brings a sense of mutual understanding that goes beyond words. When someone truly gets you, there's a sense of ease and naturalness in the relationship. They anticipate your needs, understand your thoughts, and respond to your emotions in ways that feel almost instinctive. This level of understanding is rare and deeply fulfilling. For a woman who moved on, the absence of this understanding in new relationships can be disheartening, leading her to miss the person who once connected with her so naturally. Over time, this sense of longing can grow, making her reconsider her initial decision to walk away. In conclusion, emotional connection is a profound and enduring force that often brings people back together. When someone initially rejects another person, they may not fully recognize the value of the emotional bond they shared. However, as time passes and they encounter relationships that lack the same level of depth, they may come to appreciate what they once had. The shared memories, the feeling of comfort, and the mutual understanding that defined their past relationship become more significant, often leading them to reconsider their decision. This is why, even after rejection, people sometimes find themselves drawn back to those they once dismissed. Emotional bonds leave an imprint on our hearts that isn't easily erased. And when we realize their true value, we're often willing to reconnect and rekindle the connection we once took for granted.